Okay, here in round two, we're going to keep, and I'm going to hope Delver does more work this time than he did the first time. But other than that, this hand's okay. I mean, it needs lands, but you know what it needs? Next turn is an instant or sorcery. It's exactly what it needs. I got disconnected again. I don't know what's going on today. This is crazy. And now my opponent lost his connection. So there is definitely some MTGO server issues going on here. But we'll get back to this round when our opponent rejoins us. Okay, opponent is mulling. We are keeping. Opponent is playing first. Let's ask our opponent what's... Maybe my opponent will commiserate. Alright, opponent plays a mountain and says go. Well, that would not have flipped over, so guess not the worst draw on turn one, although still could use a land. Another blue-red deck. So maybe this guy's got the Kiki Jiki. Maybe it's just a burn deck too. Could also be the case. Alright. Well, if we find a second blue mana, we're in pretty good shape since we can play Old Man. And then if we draw another land, we can play Magpie into Thassa. Should be ideal. I almost feel like our first play should really be Thassa if we draw land, just because lands are going to be more important, I think. Oh, no. Well, that's a pretty bad draw, unfortunately, but it's alright. Missed our land draw. We'll try again. I mean, granted, aren't we running 16 lands or something, plus the Chrome Mox, but Chrome Mox would be just fine right about now. Let's see if we can't find something here. I really want to get Thassa down, I think, because then... Alright, well, Ancestral, I guess. Alright, Chandra's big gal. She's a big gal. Land me, please. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to go with Thassa first, because we need to start scrying for some more lands. Alright, just building up the old... Well, I guess my opponent's not playing anything, so probably a grip full of lands, I guess. Which isn't the worst. Pretty much want to bottom anything that's not a land. Sheesh. Still can't find a land, huh? Well, I guess I need to play a threat into Chandra here, or at least make him use Chandra's minus. Definitely not what I want to do, but if I'm not threatening Chandra, she's just going to keep getting bigger and stuff like that. I mean, at least now she has to rebuild. My opponent probably drew another land. Jeez. Just want that land. Wow. That's crazy. All right. Well, we're digging deep, but still unable to find a land, so now I'm going to leave up Dissipate. Next turn, I guess we get Ancestral Vision, which is good. Guess we scry first and then Ancestral Vision, just to make sure we hit a land. Be nice if I could play something here. Being unable to play anything is pretty bad. All right, so let's resolve Thassa first, see what our scry is. Bottoming that. I would like to draw 3, despite the fact that I'm going to be discarding pretty hard. We found 1 land. I guess 2 lands. Jeez. All right, so I have to discard 3 cards. Guess Bonfire can go. We didn't even find a second red mana or a black mana either. Jeez. What is up with these draws? Guess we pass. I'm gonna do some discarding. I mean, I could play the Magpie, and then he negs this 3, and then I electrolyze it? I don't like that. Guess we dump Bonfire. Maybe the Phoenix? Although Phoenix against Chandra is not bad if I could just find a second red mana. Because then if he kills it, it goes face down, and then I can attack it. But I wanna, yeah, it's pretty tough. Guess we pass. I mean, maybe I'm like hoping to dig for Teferi here or something. So we'll discard Bonfire. We'll discard. I have all these counters. Maybe Electrolyze, 'cause it doesn't seem super relevant here, although might want to burn Chandra at some point. Don't really want to lose any of this, to be honest. Any of our Blue Devotion especially, but I have to discard 2 more cards. Jeez. Maybe one of our counters can go, like the Negate. Although I was kind of hoping for a turn where I can Electrolyze plus Negate or something. But I think we will ditch the Negate. I'd rather have a hard counter at this point in the game. And I could ditch the Ashiok, but it doesn't seem bad against our opponent. Could ditch the Taurand, I guess. He seems... Maybe I ditch the Phoenix instead of the Taurand, because there might come a point where I can play Taurand plus a spell, like Taurand plus Electrolyze. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Now I'm just confused. Missed a lot of land drops. Thank God for Thassa. Wish I could play something, but we're going to Electrolyze Chandra here. Alright. Found our black mana. That's good. Oh, found another one. Well, I guess we don't need that one now. Well, it makes sense that we're seeing all the lands now. I guess I play Mire in pass. I want to play Ashiok with Dissipate up. So I could have played Ashiok with Negate up, I guess, this turn, but instead we're just going to pass. I'm going to leave up Dismiss and Dissipate. Mm, go to 12, plus let my opponent find a card. Guess we're going to dismiss it. I don't like tapping out on my turn, especially, but I also don't like my opponent dealing damage to me plus finding a card. I guess next turn we can Ashiok plus Dissipate. Guess I should have kept the negate, because then I could counter that for 2 plus do something else. Yeah, so now my opponent's going to do something huge. Oh, well, burn me, alright. Guess we do Ashiok plus Dissipate. Oh no. I screwed up. Alright, well, screwed up. Can't do anything about it now. Supposed to not have to crack Bloodstained Mire for a Steam Vents, which is just really bad. Such an unimpressive game. I can't believe it took me that long to find a land. That was just atrocious. Just atrocious. And then such a bad mistake here, too. Just embarrassed at how this game went down. Alright, that was an embarrassing game. So really hoping to draw better this time. That was just awful. I cannot believe how little I did that game. How little I did with that many draws is just so enraging. Alright. So my opponent's got like no creatures I'll burn. I don't have any more counters. I don't really have sideboard cards. So where does that leave me? Dreadbore for Chandra. Other than that, worthless. I don't like it. Tech Edge for lands that he didn't even have. That's not going to work. Isochron Isochron might actually be worthwhile in this match. If I manage to stick a negate, guess Ancestral under it, that does work, right? Copy exiled card, yeah. So that'd let me draw 3 every turn. All right, I think I might go for the Isochron this time around, and I think I'm gonna cut like Bonfire. All right, yeah. Well, just hoping for a better game than that, because that was not a good game. Isochron doesn't look very good in this hand, but we're gonna keep it anyway. Not exact. I mean, turn 3 Ashiok does some work occasionally. I guess here we're gonna Tarn for Steam Vent tapped. If I get negate off the top, Scepter is gonna be pretty awesome. All right, that's interesting. Let's guess play this and pass. Next turn we'll get our Ashiok online. Be pretty wishful thinking to think I could Ashiok race a burn deck. Especially a burn deck that presumably doesn't have any creatures, but we'll see. Could also have a Remand here or something, but guess we'll find out. Exiling Prophetic Bolt, Chandra, and an island. Alright. So next turn, I think I just hard cast Ash Cloud Phoenix. At least. Oh, good. Well, if my opponent's burning Ashiok, that's actually not the worst for us. All right. It's pretty tolerable. Let's get to Phoenix down, I guess. Maybe I play the Bloodstained Mire for deck thinning at this point. If I can find something to get going with the Scepter, we're in good shape. Ooh, opponent's getting that card advantage right back. But at least we got a nice little beater here. Thassa. Yeah, I guess that helps. Thassa with fetch effect too. Does that help? All right, I think I'm gonna upkeep tap my opponent's red mana. Is that even gonna help here? Only if my opponent didn't draw a red mana. It's probably worth going for though. So my opponent didn't even float it, which is interesting. All right. Well, let's go ahead and swing in. I think I actually want to leave the Phoenix mana up. The reason being, if he kills it, I want to... I'm just going to crack this now, actually. I do need a second black mana, so we'll get that. Oh, I guess I already had it. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Now we can cast Grave Titan at least. So now if he kills Ash Cloud Phoenix, we can just proceed to morph it up and beat him that way. So there's really no comfortable way for him to kill Ash Cloud Phoenix. Isochron, not looking so hot. I will tell you that. There's a Keranos. I guess that's not bad. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to play Thassa plus... Oh, I can't do both. Is that right? So Keranos is if it's land, draw, non-land, 3 damage. Yeah, let's do Keranos. That's going to be too difficult to deal with. He already has to double burn Ash Cloud Phoenix, which is going to keep him busy. And if it's land, I just draw cards. So, oh, forbid. Discarding 2 lands. All right, well, that certainly works. So now he's just got to, all he has to do is burn Phoenix plus burn it again on his turn to take care of that. Yep, looks like he's successfully taken care of that. So, talk about your all-time backfires, huh? That's unfortunate. At least my opponents used multiple burn spells on not me. Yep, so Forbid did exactly what it needed to do. Couldn't really play around it since it only gets better as he draws more lands. Impulse. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to Scepter that. So let's get in first. Although, no, I guess there's nothing I could really. Charring a Deceiver Exarch. Wow. All right. I don't mind that. This is any instant, right? Okay. So we play Isochron. You got it. Play it again. Exile, Impulse, and pass. Although, I guess I could technically draw something here of interest, so we'll do that. Oh, and we get to play Delver too? But wait, I have to put the rest on the bottom. All right, let's get the Grave Titan then. And we'll pass. So now, as long as our opponent doesn't have a counterspell, I think Grave Titan should be what we need to get a victory here. So we'll go land, Grave Titan. Opponent did have it. All right, so now we're just going to pass, and what we're going to do is Scepter at the end of our opponent's turn to find another card, and then we'll just Pyromancer plus well, I was hoping to, well, we'll still get it on our turn. So let's get the Talrand, put the rest on the bottom. We'll untap. And since we cast it too, I'm pretty sure this works the way I want it to. So we'll play our Talrand. Whatever. Opponent just draws nonstop lands. It's so ridiculous. All right, now we'll pass. And opponent needs to draw burn for Pyromancer right now or he's dead. Even if he does, we still get to cast. All right. That was pretty ridiculous. All right, so Old Man of the Sea still does not have any targets against our opponent. And he is just counter spells, and he is just quite literally counter burn. Maybe I want like I can bring it back with a Phoenix, I guess, but I just don't have any. Sakashima's Student seems bad too. Teferi seems pretty awesome in this match. God, what can I do? His burn kills all of my stuff. Maybe I want Sheoldred too. What does that do though? Wish I had something that gained me life. I don't have anything. Do I just do Sheoldred? That's pretty good against his burn. All right, let's bring in Sheoldred. Why not, right? We're ridiculous. And we'll cut Old Man of the Sea, making even less chance of Thassa getting online. Yeah, I guess so. 5 black for 2 double black. That seems pretty bad. Let's cut Old Man. We already are down to 9 blue mana. 10, I guess, with the Chrome Mox. I'm going to add another black, I think. But I don't really want to go below 7 red. Although, I guess I can. Let's go to 6 red. And add 1 more swamp. Although, admittedly, we haven't had too many problems finding. Actually, the red is probably more important early. Yes, 5 black sources for 2 double black spells is probably bad, but they come late, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to say. We're going to have a hard time. We're gonna have a hard time if we get burned out. This match is ridiculous. Ice Ground Scepter Impulse, though, I will admit, that was pretty sexy. Alright, why not, right? We got it to Teferi, so at least force our opponent to burn on our turn. And we have Temple, which makes for a nice... Is he going to sideboard into a creature deck? Completely mind blow everything? Ooh, that card's pretty hot. And we can cast it, so this is actually decent now. Now we can negate something... into Deceiver Exarch, tap down a land on his upkeep into this Ashcloud Phoenix, I guess. Well, there's Teferi mana, which is certainly nice. So now we'll pass. I assume we're going to get burned here. I think we'll Exarch now. It's actually okay. What's nice about that is now I can just cast a Phoenix. He's got to double burn it, which is going to keep him busy. And then we get to go into Teferi. Shielded Grave Titan in our hand. So awkward. Alright, well, do your worst. Let's see some burn spells. Or a counter spell at the very least. Alright, counter burn it is. Aptly named counter burn. Guess I could have waited, but this isn't as good morphed, you know? No Chandras, I guess, good news, huh? So now I get to Teferi on my opponent's turn. Oh, I could actually, yeah, let's Ashiok plus negate. That seems pretty good. I like that more than the Teferi play. I mean, I guess the Teferi play is a pretty nice one, though. Like, especially against the counter spells. But I think if my opponent had a counter, he would have done it there. Oh my god, we hit Venser? You gotta be kidding me. We actually hit something off of it? It's time for our opponent to bust some burn on Ashiok. Unless it's killing Ashiok, I don't even see the need to negate it. It's the weirdest Grixis brew I've ever played. Targeting me, but it's going to let him find spells. How bummed am I if my opponent resolves a Chandra? I'm pretty bummed. I think I have to let the Prophetic Bolt resolve. Like I said, Chandra's a bigger deal because she can actually kill Teferi. Although I guess burn spells can kill Teferi too. I think I negate this. I know it doesn't seem great, but Prophetic Bolt's not great again. I mean, it's pretty good there. Being able to replace itself plus deal 4 damage just seems too good to pass up on. Granted, my opponent can resolve Chandra now, but he might not have Chandra. He could have found Chandra with Prophetic Bolt. There's some things here. If he's just Mind Stoning, I'm not feeling too bad. All right, fire. Are we redirecting? Redirecting, yes. All right. I can tolerate that. I can tolerate that. A lot of burn spells used. Opponent's low on cards in hand. We've got Deceiver. We're close to Grave Titan, Shieldred. We've got Teferi, which is good. I kind of want to resolve Teferi now before he's got counter magic up. Yeah, I guess we'll force him. Let's force him to burn Teferi out rather than counterspell it. I mean, he also has Pact of Negation, so I guess he could have hit it there. But what I like about this is now it can't get countered, and like I said, he has to burn it to kill it. He did burn it. He did have the burn for it, but he's like low on cards in hand now, which is good. We're just a black mana away from... That's interesting. So I guess we'll upkeep, tap down his 2 blue mana. This would be a good turn to resolve a Grave Titan or a Shieldred. Sakashima's Student. Not doing all that much. Don't really want to copy either of those guys, to be honest. All right. I admit, getting hurt by the lack of black mana at the moment. Pretty bad. And Student does not seem all that good either. All right. Opponent's just going for the burn face now. There we go. Oh, I should have... Yes, because I could have... All right, I screwed that up. Could have actually played the... We're definitely going Grave Titan first, because not only is it more lethal, but we have Shoulder it after that. All right, well, Grave Titan resolving, I would say, is a pretty good sign. But yes, I could have played Grave Titan plus attacked, bounce Pester Mite to copy a Grave Titan. Had a Pester Mite back in my hand. Probably do the Exarch, I guess, because Pester Mite deals more damage. He messed up. And my opponent answered me. I thought he was just being quiet. My opponent wants to know if I had a counter spell. You had a counter for the Titan? Is that what I'm to guess? Oh. Oh, I see. Yeah, Devil's Play. Okay. Impulse. Could have Devil's last turn. Would that have been better? Then Flashback plus Bolt this turn. So he could have hit me for 7 plus Bolt plus Flashback. So it would have been 5, 8. Yeah, I guess that would have been lethal. Well, I don't have the mana to Shieldred plus Student nonsense, so we'll just play Shieldred. All right, well, got the match. I guess our opponent screwed up there. But that was... I'm shocked right now that this deck has 2 victories because it's like I said, it's a 5 out of 10 at best. It's really not a very good deck. So pretty shocked at how well it's doing. But hey, who knows? Maybe we'll live a miracle today and get 3 victories in a row. We'll see.